Hey guys, welcome back to Maelstrom Game Studios. I'm Craig, and today we're going to talk about the Christmas Battleforce. Now, I thought I'd already done a video about this one. Turns out I didn't. The main thing I think I waited on was to know the price, and we officially have the price. Pre-orders have already been out. The Tyranid one, it sold out instantly if you go through GW. However, local game stores, you should still be able to get one potentially. So we're going to talk about today if it's worth, you should still go try and seek one out, or maybe you pass this year on the Christmas box. So that sounds good. Do like and subscribe to stay updated on all of our content here at Maelstrom Gaming Studios. 2025 is coming to a close. Time of watching this, we got a month and a half-ish left of the year. We got some, we're kind of ramping down in the year. Saying a lot of people are ramping up, we're ramping down, we're having fun, we're casually playing 40k. Looking forward to what 2026 brings. So either way, enough of that rambling. Check all the links down below. Click the things. Check out the Etsy shop or the Shopify store. That really supports us. Consider becoming a member. And with all that, let's dive into today's video. So I've got my new spinny chair that I like. I came across another spinny chair, so I got one here for this one. So you'll see different posture as I spin around a bit. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the Christmas box. Finally, we have the price on this thing. Again, there were, 6 40k boxes and 3 or 4 AOS boxes. This was one of the only ones to sell out instantly on pre-orders through GW's website. But doesn't mean you can't pick one up at your local game store. Most local game stores probably will get 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4, depending on the size of your store. And if they haven't already been claimed, there's a chance you can still pick one up. So we're going to talk about it to see if it's worth it. So it comes out November 29th is the day you could pick it up. And the MSRP, the big number, is $250. So these have been slowly creeping up as we've seen with GW prices. I think 5 years ago, these boxes were sitting at $2 to $220. Last year was $240. This year it's $250. It's expensive, and it hurts your soul a little bit more when you look at the contents of the box, though it is a good discount, as you'll see. The Tyranofex Turvgon is $69 for that kit. That is the only good one. It's amazing that it is that. I wish the other monsters were at that level. They really should be, but it is an older kit, so it's down there at $69. Nice. The Neurotyrant Screamer is a little joint box sprue that is taken from the Leviathan kit, and it's $114 for the 2 of them. You've got a Maliceptor / Toxicrin, really the Maliceptor, $89, and a Haruspex and Exocrine, a great kit to pick up, also $89. So that comes out to $361, or if you can, a 30%, you get it through this box, a 30% discount when you're just looking at MSRP. Now, that doesn't take into account the friendly local game store discount that is commonly seen, at least here in the US. Typically, it's anywhere from 10 to 20% off. That could make this discount even better, closer to pushing that 35 or 40% discount. Well, probably not 40%, but 35% discount makes it all the more worth it. Though we do need to analyze the contents of this box a little bit more. I will just say, as someone who has a well fleshed out Tyranid collection, I will not be picking one of these up. It probably won't be much in terms of Tyranid stuff that I will be picking up, just the occasional new kit if it ever comes out. There will be new Tyranid kits, but whenever one comes out. But right now, I don't need these big bundle boxes. If I was someone who was new to collecting, or someone who wanted to flesh out their kit, I think this would be a good one to go. $65 at one point for the Haruspex and the Maliceptor. I believe when they first launched, when I got them back when I was in high school, in like 2014 or something. Yeah, gosh, they are an old kit, aren't they? Old. They still hold up fantastic in my opinion, except for the Toxicrin issues. $65 now up to $89. It's quite an increase for no new products, just cost of stuff, doing things, goods, all of that stuff is there. Sorry, off of the price rant a little bit. it is what it is. All of these, I think you would want to have multiples of. Tyrannofex Turvgon, great one to have a couple. I have 5 of these kits, 4 of these kits. At least 4 of them. 3 of them are fixed as, 2 of them are fixed as Tyrannofex. 1 of them is fixed as a Turvgon, and 1 can be magnetized between, I believe is how I have that loaded up. It's not the hardest magnet kit to magnetize. It is a little trickier because magnetizing the sack onto the Turvgon is a little tricky. Tip if you do it, don't magnetize the sack to the Turvgon. Just magnetize the 2 halves of the sack, and the actual parts will grip onto the Turvgon properly, and then it's just 2 magnets, clamp, and then you pop it off to put the new one on, and then you can magnetize the arms in. Or if you glue them right, you really don't even need to magnetize the arms in. You will for the scything talon and the crushing claws, but for the big guns you might not even need to do that. But that's a kit you'll probably want 2 to 3 of if you're going to be a big, this is going to be your larger army. The Harusfex and Exocrine kit, absolutely you want probably 3 of those. Another easy kit to magnetize. So having a handful of these kits that you can change in and out between Exocrine and Harusfex, fantastic to get those. The Maleceptor is also one you can magnetize. I will say out of the 3 big boys, it's probably the trickiest to magnetize because you can't really magnetize the brain bits versus the Toxicrin bits. The talons and the arms and the squiggle arms are easy to do, but the other stuff is tricky. So up in the air about that one. But realistically, until GW changes line of sight rules, which maybe they do in 11th edition, you're never going to really want to bring a Toxicrin. Maleceptor all the way. And again, another one you probably want to have a pair of in your collection. 3 can be used, but I think a pair of them is a great, or 1 if you don't have any. And then the Neurotyrant and Psychophage. Neurotyrant and Screamer Killer. Screamers aren't really great. There are ways to have fun with them. Neurotyrant you see in probably 75% of Tyranid lists, competitive ones. You see a Neurotyrant. So if you don't already have a Neurotyrant and you want to expand your Tyranid collection, absolutely 100% I would recommend this box if you have it in your budget to do so. If you already have a Neurotyrant, then it becomes a little bit of a question of, do you really need most lists right now in 10th edition? You don't need 2 Neurotyrants. Who knows how that changes in 11th edition? Maybe there will be more of a reason to bring an extra one. Part of me doubts it, but if you don't have a Neurotyrant, absolutely. If you do have one, then you kind of have to weigh up how badly do you want the other ones. Because you could look at it, if we go back to the price where it's a 30% discount, in a way you could kind of look at that as you are buying the 4 bigger monsters and getting the Neurotyrant for free, kind of. But it's tough. It's tough. I would, just because it's so expensive these days, and you can still find a lot of these things used on Marketplace or something like that, I would hold off on buying this box if you already have a Neurotyrant. I would personally hold off. Unless you want 2 of them, you're okay with 2 of them, go ahead, do some fun conversion, diorama stuff, or just have 2 in your collection. You'll probably never need to buy another one again. But that's pretty much how it is. Use this to bolster your collection. The 3 big monsters are great. I would give this box a solid B+, only because the Neurotyrant is one of those things you only ever need 1 of. All the other monsters, I love them. They're great. You could argue maybe they could have switched out some regular Carnifexes in there, but I think they're maybe in the future going away from regular Carnifexes. That's no rumor or anything, but I just, they want to shield the new models, and this is a way to get the Neurotyrant. So that's pretty much it. I'm not going to ramble too much longer on this, just kind of putting out as a PSA for all of you who are contemplating it. For me, I would pass on this box unless you don't have the Neurotyrant, then 100% do it. If you can get this box at a friendly local game store discount, then maybe it's still worth picking up because you could get essentially that Neurotyrant for pretty dang cheap. So you're not missing out on getting it. And if you never had the Screamer, then having a pair of Screamers, or if you have one Screamer, you want a second one, having a pair of Screamers is never a bad option. I've got 3. Realistically, I only ever bring 1 or 2, but 3 can be fun for some meme lists. So yeah, that's what I got. Let me know, did you get it from GW or a friendly local game store? Did you contemplate it? Did you try to get one and you ran out? Let me know. That's what we got, and we'll see you next time here at Maelstrom Game Studios.